Ever been pulled over by the police? It's like realizing you ate all the Oreos before the double-stuffed one. You know you messed up, but you're not sure how badly. Kinda scary, right? But did you know the US Constitution has your back? Specifically the Fourth Amendment? It's like the constitutional hall pass you never knew you had. Today we're breaking down the Fourth Amendment, what it means, what cops can and can't do during a traffic stop, and how to protect your rights. Because in the world of law enforcement, knowledge isn't just power, it's practically a superpower. So buckle up, because we're about to take a road trip through the ins and outs of the Fourth Amendment. Let's roll. Alright, let's talk about the Fourth Amendment. This isn't some dusty old document. The Fourth Amendment protects you from unreasonable searches and seizures. The government can't just burst into your home or rifle through your belongings without a good reason. They need what's called probable cause. The Fourth Amendment is like that friend who always has your back, even when you're wrong. It's there to make sure the government doesn't get all up in your business without a warrant or a really good excuse. It protects you from unreasonable searches and seizures wherever you are. So, next time you're out and about, remember the Fourth Amendment is like your invisible shield. Okay, let's say you're cruising down the highway, feeling good, and suddenly, those dreaded red and blue lights start flashing in your rearview mirror. Yep, you're getting pulled over. Your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty. Don't panic. Remember the Fourth Amendment? It's still your co-pilot. First things first, pull over safely to the side of the road. The officer will probably ask for your license, registration, and proof of insurance. You have to hand them over. But here's where the Fourth Amendment steps in. The officer can't just search your car because they feel like it. They need a reason, that magical probable cause we talked about. If they ask to search your car, you can actually say no. You have the right to refuse a search. Be polite, be respectful, but know your rights. Okay, so we've talked about traffic stops, but let's dive into the dreaded Terry stop. Imagine this, you're walking down the street minding your own business, when suddenly, a police officer approaches you. They start asking you questions. You might be experiencing a Terry stop. A Terry stop isn't a full-blown arrest, but it's not exactly a casual chat either. It falls into this weird legal gray area where the police can briefly detain you and question you if they have a reasonable suspicion that you're involved in criminal activity. During a Terry stop, the police are allowed to pat you down for weapons if they believe you might be dangerous. They can also ask for your identification. However, they can't just automatically search you or your belongings. Stay calm, be polite, but know your rights. Alright, let's talk about probable cause. Probable cause is a pretty big deal in the world of law enforcement because it's what gives the police the right to search you, your car, or even your home. It's a legal standard that requires the police to have a reasonable belief, based on facts and evidence, that a crime has been committed, and that you're the one who did it, or that evidence of a crime is in the place they want to search. Think of it as a puzzle, where the police are trying to piece together enough clues to create a picture of guilt. And unfortunately, sometimes those clues can be misleading or taken out of context. Be aware of your surroundings, be mindful of your actions. And if you're ever unsure whether or not the police have probable cause, don't hesitate to ask for clarification. Remember, it's your right to know why you're being searched or detained. Alright folks, buckle up because we're about to venture into the territory where a routine traffic stop can take a hard left turn into criminal investigation land. It can start with something as simple as a nervous twitch, a suspicious smell, or an offhand comment that raises the officer's eyebrows. That reasonable suspicion can give the officer the right to expand the scope of the stop. They might ask to search your car, call for backup, or bring in a drug-sniffing dog. You still have rights, even in this situation. You don't have to consent to a search, and you don't have to answer any questions beyond providing basic information. Stay calm, be respectful, and try to de-escalate the situation. If you feel like your rights are being violated, don't be afraid to speak up. We've covered a lot of ground here, from the ins and outs of the Fourth Amendment to the nuances of probable cause and the slippery slope of reasonable suspicion. Knowing your rights isn't about being difficult or trying to outsmart the police. It's about being informed, protecting yourself, and ensuring that everyone is treated fairly under the law. Knowledge is power. And when it comes to interacting with law enforcement, the more you know, the better equipped you'll be to handle yourself with confidence and composure. Understanding your rights can help you stay calm, make informed decisions, and avoid saying or doing something that could potentially make a bad situation worse. So the next time you see those flashing lights in your rearview mirror, take a deep breath. Remember what we've talked about today, and know that you have the power to navigate this situation with your rights intact. Because in the end, knowing your rights isn't just about you, it's about creating a more just and equitable system for everyone. Thanks for learning your rights today. If you want to stay smart, stay safe, and stay protected, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell for more legal lessons with Lee at Law. Remember, knowing your rights can be the difference between a routine traffic stop and a legal headache that just won't quit. So stay informed, stay vigilant, and most importantly, stay safe out there. And hey, if you ever find yourself facing down a legal buzzsaw, don't try to handle it alone. Call a qualified attorney who can help you navigate the complexities of the legal system. Because sometimes you need a professional to fight those legal battles, so you can focus on what really matters, living your best life, within the boundaries of the law, of course. Because if you don't know your rights, you might just lose them.